welcome back to Down the Track. In this episode, we'll be doing the fantasy picks for the game between the Rajasthan Royals and the Kolkata Knight Riders. Both teams coming in with losses, but different types of losses. Kolkata, on one hand, they fought till the end, even though at one stage it looked like it was going to be a really big loss for them. The likes of Russell and Pat Cummins, Dinesh Karthik, their middle order stepped up. Lower middle order stepped up, and then Rajasthan, they got a big hiding from RCB, losing by 10 wickets. But yeah, it's a new game. Let's see how the players play. We'll start off with our fantasy picks. We'll pick 6 players, 2 batsmen, 2 bowlers, an all-rounder, and a wicketkeeper. So my first batsman would be, I'm sticking with Jos Butler. I know he hasn't performed yet. He's had 149, but apart from that, not too many runs this season. I think, sometimes he plays one shot too many. I think when it's a straighter line, he's trying to make extra rooms, trying to do something a bit different, play with the bowler's mind. I think he just needs to stick to his basics, his strengths, stand and deliver. And when needed, he can play his cheeky shots. That's his natural game, no problem. But I just feel like an innings is coming from him. I don't know when. I can't promise you when. But personally, I'm just going to stick with him. Although, yes, he's had a poor season so far, and a lot relies on him. I keep saying that, and I feel that he will deliver. He is a high-class player, and they're playing on good pitches. It's not like tough Chennai pitches right now. They're playing on good Mumbai pitches. So I've been surprised so far with Butler's lack of performance, if I may say. But I think there's an innings around the corner. So I'm going to go with Jos Butler as my first batsman. And then my second batsman, I'm going to go with NITISH Rana. I feel that NITISH Rana has not, he's shown really good form in the first 2 games. Last couple of games, he's thrown away his wicket after looking good. He's hit a few boundaries. So I can see from him that he is in form. So is just about converting that start into a bigger score, and I feel it's around the corner because he's already got 2 big 50s, and I think he'll fancy this Rajasthan attack. Not too many demons. There's no Jofra Archer there. Morris has been expensive. Mustafizur has been expensive. So I think the top order, especially NITISH Rana, Shubman Gill, might be licking their lips and looking forward to playing against Rajasthan and scoring those runs. And you could go Gill and Rana, but I'm just going to go with Rana and Butler, because I just feel, he's a class player again, Jos Butler, so I'm going to stick with him. So those are my 2 batsmen. For my wicket-keeping pick, there's Dinesh Karthik is in excellent form, and SANJU Samson is in inconsistent form. He's been very erratic so far this season. Again, glimpses against RCB, a few boundaries, but he needs to convert that. It's for SANJU Samson, like players like Surya Kumar, Rohit Sharma, they get themselves out sometimes. It's not necessarily that they get the bowler gets them out. So I would really like to see an improved performance from Samson, some maturity. He is captain as well. And I'm going to go with SANJU Samson as my fantasy pick for my wicket-keeping option, just because he's going to face more deliveries than Karthik. I think you could go Karthik as well. But with Karthik, you're not sure how many deliveries he's going to get. He might not bat at all. He might bat like 40, 50 deliveries. He might bat a lot like last game. So I'm not really sure there. So that's why in the fantasy for this game, I'm going to pick Samson as my wicketkeeper. All-rounder, there are options, but for me, it's just one option. It's Andre Russell. He's striking it now. He's in form now. We said like he's a few 6s away, and he's got those 6s in the last game. He'd be very disappointed with the way he got out. I'm sure he'll wants to rectify that. He looks much more comfortable on this Mumbai pitch compared to the Chennai and UAE pitches. This is his pitch. Mumbai, Bangalore, even Kolkata, he loves batting in these grounds, and you can see how at home that he feels so comfortable. His strike rate has been unbelievable. He bowls in the death overs as well, so he'll pick you up wickets. He's my captaincy pick as well for this game. I just feel yes, sometimes he does bat lower as well, like Dinesh Karthik, but he will, when he gets the opportunity, even if he gets 10-15 balls, he can get you 40 runs, 30 runs, 50 runs. So it's for him, it's not really about the deliveries that he faces, because even if he gets 34 overs, he'll score you runs and he can pick you up wickets as well. That's why I think he's a necessity in your team. I backed him all the way through. It's been rough because last season he didn't perform at all, and started the season as well, but now he's into form. He's picked up a 5-4. He's got a 50 as well, and I just feel Russell is going to turn it on now. So Russell is going to be my all-rounder pick. And for the bowlers, Cummins technically can be considered an all-rounder, but in this game he's a bowler, so I'm going to go with him as a bowler, hoping that he'll provide me some runs. But apart from that, I just feel that, of course, he looks in really good touch with the bat. Those are sublime shots, and now we know what he's capable of, so he can get you extra points with the bat in your fantasy team. But also I feel he was very expensive in that game against Chennai, was it? Yeah, against Chennai Super Kings. He scored 50 runs, but he gave away 50 runs as well. So I think I want to see a better bowling performance from him. I think he'll know that he's a bowler first, and he'll want to rectify that. He's the #1 test bowler in the world. So I'm sure that he wants to come out strong. I think they're using his pace quite a bit. So he needs to slow it down a bit. Also, the length that he does sometimes, that Australian length, that a bit short of length, it's easier to put away. I feel that he needs to bowl a bit fuller. Try for those Yorkers as well in between. He has that pace to trouble the batsman. So I would like to see Cummins pick up a few wickets in this game. I'm going to go Cummins as my bowler. First bowler. Second bowler, it was a tough one. I was thinking maybe Sarkaria, but or Chakravarthy. It could be either one, but I'm just going to go with Chakravarthy. I just feel if there's turn on offer on this Mumbai pitch, we saw what Moeen Ali did against Rajasthan, and I feel Chakravarthy can do the same thing. So looking at the matchups, apart from, even Butler got out to Jadeja in that game. So apart from maybe Sanju Samson and Josh Butler to a certain extent, there are issues there with spin. Miller struggles with spin as well. So I think Chakravarthy should be really useful, especially if he comes in the middle overs. You could go either Narayan or Sakev as well, but I'm not sure which one will start. So you'll have to wait for the toss for that. But I just feel a spinner against Rajasthan will pick up wickets. So that's why I'm just looking at the matchup, looking at the team. And also if sometimes we've seen this Mumbai pitch offer some spin. So I'm going to go Chakravarthy as my sixth bowler. So those as my second bowler. So my six options for my six fantasy picks for this game are Josh Butler, NITISH Rana, Sanju Samson, Andre Russell, Pat Cummins, and Chakravarthy. You could make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment with your with your fantasy picks. Who do you think is going to perform in this game? Who's your captain? Mine will probably be Russell. If I think that would be my advice. And I think it's going to be another high scoring game, one of the last few games I think in Mumbai before we move to the likes of Ahmedabad and Delhi. So I think run feast on the cards. If they play on a used wicket again, there might be a purchase for the spinners. There will be some purchase for the spinners, but we saw in Mumbai, even though sometimes they play on used pitches, the dew comes into play and it becomes a high scoring game. So I'm expecting plenty of runs. Both top orders look a bit fragile right now, but still expecting some runs. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and until next time, take care.